Where'd that go? Is this it here? Yeah, here we go. There it is. Here's Ashley. Good morning. First one on the scene. Guess you didn't miss this live. um, how you doing, Ashley? Thanks for checking in. Um, so my question is, Ashley, did you see the post from the other day? I did get that repainted, like you said. I'm pretty glad. Okay, hope you like it. Thanks for helping me decide too. So, as some of you may know, I am a little beat up today. All right, Jess, how are you? Thanks for checking in. I was just getting into that. Um, I am a little beat up today. After, um, hey, there's Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being awesome. I'm not quite sure how I'm awesome. I got my ass kicked yesterday. So we help. Justin kind of headed up this deal to help out. Oh, it's Mary. Oh, okay. Morning, Mary. So Justin headed up this whole spearheaded to help Jeff and Mary out over at their the farm over there. I'm going to call it that. Probably not the right term, but hey, that is what it is. So we're going to help them out by uh, getting the fence up. I'm pretty sure Jeff's been putting some hours in for sure. So we went over there yesterday and everybody worked together great. Equipment got organized. We had freaking equipment like you wouldn't believe at our disposal to use. We had materials. We've had manpower that, for lack of a better term, was awesome. Um, so it was really cool um, with all that. I think the people that worked together, I think it strengthened the bond between volunteers that were there. At least for me, it's one of those, you can know somebody, but then when you actually sweat and work next to somebody, it just makes it stronger. And I think a lot of that happened yesterday. It was really cool to see that happen. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was a wuss. We were on the back part of the pasture. We still had the whole side and the front to. Yes, it was Jess. Um, but the front area we had to do yet. And I tell you what, that back part, I'm in the sun, I'm baking. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm done. I have the tank was empty. At least I thought the tank was empty. Big E was going down for the count. I thought. And then there was some talk about the machine for the stapling. Um, and for whatever reason, we kept going with using a hammer and the little staples. And I was like, oh. And it got to the point, I don't know what happened. I just kept going. You know, the power of God, the 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 admiration and just wanting to see Mary and Jeff's dream come to um, a reality. I mean, how many times in life do you get the the opportunity to do that? So I don't know if it was that, but and I got to work with a couple other people. Jeff's wife, um, Mary was there, Stella, and forget her name. Was it Margina? She drove all the way from drove 12 hours to come work with us from Illinois. How crazy! Um, and we were just back and forth. We do a post and you could jump 5 posts, and that was the next one needed to be done. And I think seeing the progress kept us going, and just a little bit of my stupid humor. Cause there's a wooded area, so we were getting into the more pasture part where there's more sun, and me being the smartass I am, I go, oh look, we're out of the woods, guys, ha ha ha, stupid stuff like that. But and I was at the point I was done. I'm like on my hands and knees trying to hammer, just get it done. And I still don't know. I mean, in my mind, I must have quit about 10 times. I'm not gonna lie. And at the same token, I didn't want to be selfish and quit. I wanted to see the end of it. I think my will to see it to the end was stronger than any particular aches and pains or heat exhaustion or whatever that I was feeling at the time. Uh, to get that done, to watch the whole deal with Jeff and Mary and Justin cut the wire fence where the gate is going to be, them to walk into the pasture, all three of them together. Um, the bond that's there is tremendous, and it's beautiful, and it's raw, and it's something you don't see, I think, enough in this day and age of just technology and social media and other things. You don't see that very much. You see a lot of fakeness and a lot of stage stuff. So when you have the opportunity, and I have to apologize, I'm going to stop here and apologize because while they were going in, I think just from the sheer exhaustion but joy, I, somebody said this is great, and I said fuck yeah, this is it, and hopefully I didn't get in trouble for that, but it was just the whole culmination of the physical and the emotional and just everything in me coming together, saying yeah, that's what we worked for today. That's what we wanted to see, and we got to witness it. It was mind blowing. It really was. So I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want any kind of accolades for me by no means. I was fortunate enough to be there, and by by the grace of God, by the will of God, having the strength to make it through the day. And I think my reward was seeing Mary, Jeff, Justin walk into there and just seeing the beautiful, now their dream. And I think Jaden, their son, said it best when, you know, um, I'm trying to think how he said it. Yeah, Russ was amazing. Without him, Justin even said after the camera stopped, right? He said if it wasn't for Russ showing up, we wouldn't have got done yesterday. Huge help, huge help. I understand he has either a Facebook page or YouTube. I don't know what it is. I didn't get that information, but maybe get in touch with Justin or Jeff to find that out. But anyway, huge shout out to him, and that the whole rig he brought in there was just amazing. Like I said, couldn't have done it. So many pivotal key people, players yesterday that just came in a pinch and just selflessly helped. It was just amazing, um, and just it goes to show how that is. But I was saying with Jaden, said about you know watching the fence evolve from just being posts in the ground to a top board to now wire to now being stapled in. He said dreams really do come true when you have good friends around, and or something to that effect was said. And I thought to myself, how important he is. I mean, Russ did a hell of a job. I don't know the man. I never officially met him, but I got to work with him. And, like I said in my earlier comment about you don't really get to bond, I think, as deep. You get to bond on a deeper level when you actually are next to somebody sweating and toiling and working and getting something done, as opposed to just knowing somebody through conversation. It, at least for me, it changes everything. So, hey, there's Susan. How are you? How are things out there in Michigan? How's the weather? How is everybody? Hopefully everybody's good there. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Um, I'm not having a bad morning myself, you know, other than neck and back pain and some other stuff, hey, that'll eventually go away. Um, just knowing I helped somebody, you know, and being able to be part of something. Yep. Hi, Barb. How are you? Um, and I think it's, you know, my son was there playing with Jaden when we were doing that. And I think it was good just for them to see and experience. You can talk about people helping each other, but when you actually see love in action, if you will, when you see what it actually does when people get together and actually show through actions um, their love or their admiration for somebody or wanting to help, um, to me, that's a better lesson than just trying to sit down and just everything. So, um, yes, I was actually, uh, I think that's one of the first times I've seen Justin get that emotional. I was touched. Um, it just, yeah, it was a great day. I mean, I could go on and on and on about it. It was just, it was great, you know. So moving forward, there's big plans for Mary and Jeff. Um, I'm a little privy to that information, but I'm not going to spill that here. Um, but there's things coming, and make sure you tune into them with their lives and live streams, I guess, and the things that they're going to have coming along. Big things coming. So you know, if you can support them, keep them, you know, keep them going. And I'm going to try and do what I can do, you know, which maybe is not a lot, but I don't, like I said, this is what I know. I know this crap. I don't know much about farming and working that and stuff. I'll try to do what I can do in that side, which ain't much, but I'll see what I can do. But support them and their channel and what they got going on, and stay tuned. Like I said, big stuff's coming. And I want nothing but the best for those two, um, and I wish them the best. So, anyway, we're gonna hop over to see what I was up early this morning because of the dog. I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep in. I got in. I think it was like 11:30 or midnight. I got to bed. Hi. Yo, buddy. What's up, buddy? You want to come say hi quick? Because you were there yesterday, right? I wasn't. Yeah, you were. Get in here. Why? You wait. At least get in here, wave, and say hi. Okay. All right. Just don't bring the dust in here because I have the engine open. I guess he's not coming in. He's playing shy now. Anyway. So, I'm gonna show you guys. Hi. Are you coming in or what are you doing? Yeah, but they didn't see on the screen. They want to see your face. They want to see you wave. They want to say hi. How are they going to say hi to this empty whatever? Hi. That's so funny. You're not in the screen. What they say? Nothing, because you're not here. You need to come here. You need to come here. I said no dust because I have the engine open. Come on, but come in and say hi. Oh, all right, whatever. I guess he's not coming in. He'll wait till I'm in the middle of his story. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't get to bed almost midnight last night. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to sleep in and I'm going to feel good and all this other stuff. Well, the dog woke me up at 7:30. So I was like, yeah, thanks a lot. So she woke me up, let the dog out. So I figured while I'm up, everybody else is still asleep, I figured I would come out here in the trailer and see if I can get some stuff done. So I'm going to try and show you guys what I got done here. Let me flip the camera. You know what? I don't have a flashlight. Maybe you guys, maybe the natural light. So if you look down here, I don't know. Okay, so you see this bolt here, the header bolt, and you see this silver piece here. You see my finger there? Okay, so a couple of them I couldn't get to. I'm going to try that back one yet. I went ahead and this one that fell out, what a pain in the you-know-what. I had to take the alternator off the car to get to that bolt. And I don't think you can see it down in there. Yeah, you're not going to see it because of the shadow. But behind that power steering line is where the bolt is for the front bolt that fell out. So would you believe it or not, I found the bolt that was in there. I didn't need to use them. So thank God the bolt fell off in the trailer, apparently. So I was able to retrieve that. So I got lock washers on all that. Except for that rear bolt, which I got to figure out how I'm going to get that apart between the firewall and the fact I can't get in there with a socket because the header tube comes out and it covers part of the bolt head. So I can't get in there with a socket, and it's hard to get in there with a combination wrench because the fact is so close to the firewall. So I got to figure that out yet and get a lock washer on there. Although it's not loose, I'll check it. I may skip it. I don't know yet. It seems like everything came loose but that one. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with that. Maybe I'll go to the trouble to replace that. I don't know. Off topic. How's my mom? That was something else I'm dealing with. I'll get into that. So, there's some dementia that showed up. And from some of the research my wife has been doing, that the bee stings and the trauma, and of course with her being in a coma for 3 or 4 days, could have had that to take a step down of getting worse. She's not terrible, like it's not debilitating, but it's something that is, and I don't know if it's enough to cause alarm, but it definitely is something that I have to pay attention to. I actually have to make some phone calls this afternoon to the hospital. She's still in, by the way, still in the hospital, but she came out of coma Thursday afternoon, went in Thursday to see her, and I was surprised how alert and how she was. Friday went to see her, and I didn't yesterday go see her. I did call her when I got to Lake Road. I did call her in the truck before I got out, because she wants to come home. She doesn't want to be there, yada yada, all the typical things that you would expect. So I have to call her today yet, make sure she stays calm.
Hey, what happened?
With what?
You took your thing off.
Yeah.
Why?
It looked cheesy. I'll get to that later. Okay?
Then take your push thing off.
Has to be there because that's for the battery.
No, I mean swap it out.
Swap what out?
Make it a skeleton skull. No, wait. A skeleton skull with winches as bones.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
No. No, my gusto.
If I could find something like that, I'll put it on. How's that?
Okay.
Because I don't have a plasma color to make it.
You need a gusto, though.
Oh, my God.
It's a goose that makes the go for you.
So anyway, I have to call her later today. And I have to... Well, here, Levi, then I'll do this. We'll just throw this over the front where the air goes in. Like that. Okay?
Okay. And now I can do it in here?
Well, I prefer you didn't because it does the whole car off. But if you do it out there and the wind brings it in, at least that's protected now. But I'd rather you just do it outside. Okay?
How are they?
All right.
How are they?
They're okay.
No, they're not.
They're not?
They didn't text anything. That means they died.
They didn't die. They're still there. So anyway, so
it's never-ending fence, Lauren.
Yes, the never-ending fence song from Lauren yesterday. Yes. Jess, I am going to get to that. I did. No need to stress. I actually like it better the way it is now without the letters being colored in. It gives it more of it gives it more of a race car look, which is what it should be. But I'm going to show you that in a minute. So, getting back to my mom, so the neighbor deals with home health care and stuff like that. So I talked with her this morning. I already visited Dad this morning because he called me bright and early this morning, hollering at me why I didn't come in and visit yesterday. I said, because I didn't get home till 11:30. You want me coming to the house at 11:30 at night when you're in bed? I mean, come on. So anyway, talk with her about some things. So I'm gonna be making some phone calls and trying to get ahead of some things here before it's to where we can't do anything with the hospital. So hopefully can get her to come home instead of going to a rehabilitation unit, which I'm not saying that might not happen in the future. But I think right now the best thing would be for her to come home and um, get home. That way her heart rate comes down. That way her anxiety comes down. And maybe by her settling down, it might help with the episodes with the dementia. So it's a work in progress. Maybe it's not the perfect thing. I don't think there's a perfect answer for this. We're just trying to figure out what would make her happiest and make her feel safest and best, but at the same time be in her best interest. There's also talk about getting a home health aide to help with everything. So, uh, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Jess is get him to come to the house. I think that would be best for right now. Um, should things change as she needs more care, then I think we're gonna have to look into putting her somewhere. But I would rather her be at home for as long as she can, not throw her in right away. Try and hold that off as long as possible. So I'm waiting for. I have someone trying to find me the correct number at the hospital to call, so I can get the right people to talk to, so I can figure out what's going on, and I have to make sure that she doesn't get thrown into a home when we don't want her to be, and have that whole mess ensue. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Uh, so I'll try and keep you guys up to date with that as well. Now, for actually, I have. Oh, dog's going. What are you barking at? Jetta. It's Jetta going nuts because somebody's walking by. So anyway, kind of more lighthearted. Things have been so heavy this week up here. Jeez. Time for something fun or interesting. So this this is actually some I said the other day. My other one got not destroyed, but it got damaged. So there it is, the new American flag straw melon holder. There it is. So I'm hoping to be rocking this at Maple Grove or Island, wherever we choose to go, in the very near future. So got my regular hat as well. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me grab this. And Jens had mentioned about this, and I wanted to change anyway. So we're going to go to the back of the trailer here. Bear with me. So we're going to switch the camera around. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. The rear tail panel. So I went ahead and painted matte black. And I don't know if you guys saw the live where I painted this, but oh, wait a minute. Why is that cracked? That's not good. That's not good at all. This one's okay. Huh. But yeah, so we still have the battery disconnect there and the nice matte black finish on it. So yeah, I think it turned out good. I kind of like it because it kind of tones it down. It doesn't look as tacky, I think, with the letters not being highlighted in cheesy chrome paint. So I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, so we got that. And so we got that painted. We got the, I'm trying to think here, on my checklist. So we got the lock washers done. We got the wire run, which I still have to tie on the inside, but I started zip tying there to the firewall. So we gained, like I said, we gained 2.5 volts just by doing that. I think the only thing left to do is we have to re-bleed the rear brakes. So I think that's the only thing left on the to-do list. And then I think we'll be ready to, I think what we might end up doing, I think every Sunday they have a test and tune at at Island Dragway over in New Jersey. So I'm thinking that may be our next outing, will be a Sunday going to Island, and at least at a test and tune we can make a couple shakedown passes. Now mind you, if we get 2 clean passes and this car is consistent and it does what it's supposed to be doing, we're going to load up and leave. We're not going to stay all day. It would just be a waste of fuel and energy to do that. So my goal is 2 clean passes, that the car does what we're expecting it to do, load up and go. We may hang out, I don't know, but definitely, you know, it's no use beating the crap out of the car for test passes. You know, if we can get it to do what it needs to do in 2 passes, we're good. Obviously, if we're still having issues, then it's going to be more. But the goal right now is 2 clean back to back, and hopefully we can get that accomplished. I don't know, maybe next Sunday. I have to see what the weather's going to be. But if we go over there, it's going to be a Sunday test and tune, and we'll see how that all goes. And obviously, I'm going to have Lloyd with again, doing video off the starting line, so we can watch what the car is doing, if it's still nosing over or not. If it still noses over, then it's going to be one of those. We might have to just nix that and look somewhere else where that's coming from. So, but that's about everything that's going on here.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a live. You want to say hi quick?
Hello.
You gotta come
nobody even on here.
I know, right? Because I'm a
Hi.
nobody. So, but anyway, that's all that's happening here at Big E's. I got a lot of cleanup work to do in here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And
What's that picture? Is that you?
Yeah, right. Anyway, so until next time, watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time right here on Big E's.
Everybody.
Bye for now.
There's a